We see this happen all the time where something is determined to be retro, so it's worth more money, right? What do you think going forward is something that you could see that would be very viral today, but could be retro in the future?
I think Game Boys or PSPs.
Mm-hmm.
I think those, especially Game Boys, if you could get like, because you got to think of the generation, those kids were able to take that everywhere they went. I know my kids did.
Do you think the digital age is killing the retro marketplace because we no longer have cartridges and CDs and DVDs?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Well,
you
yeah,
think?
it's losing out there. And the thing about it, just like when you say digital, I think about my pictures.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have photo albums from
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Got lots of pictures when I was a little kid. I have pictures of my kids when they were small that my parents took with a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, where are all my pictures?
Right.
They're on a cloud, on a memory card. If something ever happens, those are gone. So the digital part worries me down the road. I think that some of that digital, you're going to have a hard time because it can be gone. Just a hard drive going bad, it's gone. You can't get it back. You know, it used to be, hey, the house had to burn down, or water damage, or something had, something bad. A hard drive going bad on your computer happens every day with people. So
I have an old Seagate that had tons of pictures on there, and this was a few months back. My grandma passed, and I was looking at just for some old pictures, and I was putting stuff together, and I did everything that I could to get this sucker to turn back on, and when I did, like everything was missing on there, like it was blank. So I'm just like, you know what? I had to send it off somewhere. Yep. You know what?
yeah,
You
how
know
much
what?
that cost you? How much did that cost you?
Yeah, it was expensive. They had to get, they
Data
take it out.
recovery.
Yep. Pull the disc out, and they had to do that whole thing. And the worst part about it was they got a lot of stuff. They got 90% of the stuff. That 10% is what I wanted.
Of course.
You
always want the
yeah.
It's that part you don't have is what you were then.
Yeah. So now I have on my computer, I got 2 regular hard drives and 2 solid state drives. And 3 of them out of the 4, 3 of them, it's like, here's the main one, here's a backup, and here's a backup. Yeah. Plus my external.
Yeah, you learn that lesson. Plus, you got the cloud services.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many of my images are my pictures are on my own little Google account? Because they give you a certain amount. So yeah, I put a lot of stuff that way, and I've got a VHS tapes of like when my kids, because I was that dad with the walk around with the big VHS camera. Then I got the little small hand one, which it uses like those little mini ones. I bought that, and I have all those. So, my kids will at some point, because my dad had the 8mm camera. Wow. So I have 8mm film of me as a little kid.
Awesome.
No sound, but my dad, filming, and he did a magic show, and he actually even made a Star Wars. He had did it down in the basement, blacked it out, and he put he had a Star Trek, and it was the Enterprise, and he had glow a black light down there with the glow planets, and then he moved the camera in like it was moving, and then he had the Klingons. He had a Klingon ship. And you saw the Klingon ship, and he had it go by. And then he saw the Enterprise go by, and then the Klingon ship by. And then he went and did the little red line, the red string, the glow string that went like it was shooting the Enterprise. But yeah, that was his. And I've got that on 8mm, and you watch it, and it's only a minute long, couple minutes long. But him doing that, because he liked that stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a movie. Here's my Star Wars.
Yeah, that's fun. That's awesome. That's super cool. I remember those big old camcorders that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, and the tapes. You got to put the big, huge tape in there.
VHS, yeah, back in VHS tapes. Yeah,
Mhm.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah, I still got mine too.